All right, let's get it. Starter word, kind of cheese. Adieu. Yay. Shart. Nice. Sar. Scrap. Okay, cool. So it's gonna be like this. Maybe. Is this the word? Sonar? What you talking about? What you talking about? Hell yeah. What's up, Bubs? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? What's up, everybody? Good morning. We got more learning to do today from Francis Marone. This is the teacher at NYU. Focuses on the architecture of ancient Rome. And we already watched part 1, so we're watching part 2 now. And we watched, what did we watch last time? Shoot. What did we watch last time? Oh, we watched Roman forums. Okay. And now we're going to be watching the temple section. I don't know how long this section is, but we'll see. Looks like it's pretty long. Cool. Sweet, this guy's been super awesome. I've been pretty stoked on watching him. For anyone who's new, he's a little bit of a boomer, and you just look at him. He's big baldy. He knows a lot about what he's talking about, and he's great. I'm gonna turn captions on. We're gonna have him. We'll have him turned a little bit up, just because he's a little slow talker. But let's get it. You guys ready? Is music too loud? That's good. Let's turn it down to that. Oh, I forgot to bring in my chat. Hold on. Stand by. There we go. All right, now we're ready.
At Roman temples. At first blush, in history, and something I'll be discussing later towards the end. So as we talked about Greek temples, let's look at Roman temples. At first blush, there are more similarities than differences between Roman temples and Greek.
Yeah, we got Ionic, we got the Gade, pediment, frieze, cornice. It's not in the round. They've got, what are these called? Engaged columns on the sides. I like that they did this. Looks proportionally about the same or correct for, I guess, for Ionic.
Greek temples.
I like this one,
looks
actually.
like it could be a Greek temple. It's the Temple of Fortunus, also known as the Temple of Fortuna Virilis in Rome. Note the date, 120 BC. It is tetra-style pseudo.
Tetra-style.
You remember those words?
Pseudo, yep. I remember.
Ionic temple. And it looks like something the Greeks might have built, doesn't it? Except that although the Greeks did build pseudo-peripteral temples, the Romans kind of made it their default. The Greeks did not. The Greeks, given their druthers, would always build a true peripteral temple. And it's been said that Romans
my bad.
their temples in that the Romans did not isolate their temple, for the most part, generalizing. They did not isolate their temples in the way that was customary for the Greeks. The Greeks, the temple was something that was set apart. It was set apart. It was a sacred realm, and it wasn't right in the middle of the agora. Whereas the Romans built temples right in the forum, with the result that the Roman temples were crowded together with other temples and other buildings of all kinds, including like shops and so forth, with the result that it didn't make as much sense for them to build peripteral temples, which kind of need room to stretch their limbs. The Roman temples are sort of more, we might say,
Captions are off.
urban temples, and just like the urban row house is something very different from the country house.
I think that the captions don't work if you got him talking at higher speed. Bummer.
The Romans tended not to build this sort of peripteral colonnade with the cella in kind of almost like a separate structure inside that peristyle, but to make these pseudo-peripteral temples the engaged columns along the sides.
So he might not say this. I haven't watched this yet, but I think I mentioned it last time too. The Greeks were very focused on the buildings being the main focus of the area. Like he said, it was like a sacred space. They would put them set aside. It was they'd build them in the round. And then Romans, like he's saying here, they wouldn't build them in the round because they would crowd the buildings together and put several temples next to each other. So it didn't make sense for them to have them in the round like this, or in the round like the Acropolis or the Parthenon, which is also reflective of their ideal of they would make the space in which the temples and the buildings created be the focus. So the area you experience is not necessarily the building that's the focus, but the area that you're in. I butchered that, but you know what I mean.
Another view.
Very cool. This is another piece of the puzzle that makes sense.
This is one of those wonderful pages from Sir Bannister Fletcher's A History of Architecture on the Comparative Method.
Yes, it's great.
A book which first appeared at the beginning of the 20th century and which is now in its 20th edition, and a book that I recommend very, very highly to anybody who is interested in the history of architecture. You'd think that it's a massive book. My 18th edition is slip-cased, and it's something you absolutely don't want to drop on your foot. But let me say about it that although the writing in the book is extraordinarily charmless, as a kind of instrument for the quick retrieval of information, particularly visual information about buildings through history, it is 10 times better than Google. You can put your finger on what you want faster
I don't know about that, bud.
than you can by Googling. Believe me, it's absolutely the case.
I'll just ask AI now.
Another view of the Temple of Fortunus. And this is the back, where, as you can see, only the front has the freestanding colonnade. This is the Temple of Antoninus and Faustina in Rome from AD 141. And please just, put your own C period in front of that. This is another of this fella's computer-generated models. I do put the URL of his website because you might wish to explore it. But here we see hexastyle Corinthian pseudo-peripteral, actually a temple, which in its ruined state is very interesting because it was added to, it was turned into a Catholic church, and the elements of the ruins were kept with a sort of new building appended to them. And this is Piranese's drawing of the ruin of Antoninus and Faustina. Piranesi gives us some of the most compelling images of ancient Rome, and I'm going to be making use of him going forward. Here is a reconstruction of the Forum of Augustus with the Temple of Mars Ultor, an octa-style Corinthian temple as it may have looked originally. And you see that the Romans did, as the Greeks did, place figure sculpture within the pediment, in the tympanum of the pediment. They also used what we call polychromy, the architect's preferred word for
Painting.
color. They used color. And also, as acroteria, they used statues. So it's a very grand and very exciting building. And this is what remains of it. So when you're looking at Roman architecture, as when you're looking at Greek architecture, you want to look side by side, if you can, at images of the ruin, such as it is today, and at the artists or the archaeologists' reconstruction of what the building may have looked like, possibly looked like, or probably looked like when it was new. But as for the ruins, lest you think that they tell us very little, the truth of the matter is that many of the details which have survived in the ruins, things like column capitals or entablature details, have been enormously influential over the years, and that's something that I'm going to be illustrating presently. We've already seen in several images those three columns, those three haunting columns in the old Roman Forum, which are what remains of the Temple of Castor in Pollux, which was built between 7 BC and AD 6. This
That was in
is
that one painting, I'm pretty
Palladio's
sure.
rendering of the Temple of Castor in Pollux, how he believed it originally looked. You know that Palladio went to Rome. He sort of rooted about Rome. He was very conversant with Vitruvius, and he sought made his own reconstructions of Roman buildings, which were to be very influential on his own and his followers' practice of architecture. Palladio was indeed, I mean, all of the Italian Renaissance was kind of a Roman revival, but there are parts of the Renaissance that are much more of a Roman revival than others, and Palladio represents a real Roman revival. You could almost say that Palladio was a neoclassical revivalist. This is one artist's rendering of the Corinthian capital of the Temple of Castor and Pollux. Another wonderful source for learning about classical architecture is on ICAA's website, the series of articles called Classical Comments by the wonderful architectural historian Calder Loth. And Calder has an essay on the Corinthian of the Temple of Castor and Pollux.
Look at these intertwined volutes. That's crazy. That's
well
stone.
worth reading. But let's look at this column capital, because I said last week that I was going to wait to really sort of bring in the Corinthian order, even though the Greeks invented the Corinthian order and did use it, though
yeah, but the Romans
sparingly. The
ran
Romans
with it.
decided
They perfected
they
it.
loved the Corinthian order, and they made it their main order. There was something about the Corinthian, its richness, its elaboration, that to the Romans was more suited to their aim of glorifying empire or glorifying the exploits of emperors. And indeed, you know, when we see Corinthian columns today,
this is
we see them
insane.
in New York or Memphis or Denver. We have a tendency to think that the architect or the client, more specifically, is being showy. It's a showy order. You may
It kind of is a little extra. I've seen He showed one that it was like a temple that had all Corinthian on the outside, and it seemed like it was too much. Like I like Ionic and I like Doric a lot because they're simple and they're clean, and then Corinthian's cool on the inside, but I don't know. Maybe he'll show a
Of the
picture,
Corinthian
or we can
order, but
find one
there is
later.
always that sort of residue of oh, they're showing off.
Yeah, there's a
It's a showy
little
order.
extra.
There's no getting around it. I mean, look at it; it's very showy. But let's look at some of the
Those
elements.
intertwined volutes,
You
though, are
have,
insane.
for instance, the one thing that everybody knows is the big part of the Corinthian column, and that's the acanthus leaf. Now, it doesn't have to be acanthus
Canthus.
leaves. Architects have substituted other leaves. Some American architects, I believe, beginning with, well, an Englishman who worked in America, Benjamin Henry Latrobe, substituted tobacco leaves. I mean, if the Greeks and Romans used the acanthus because it was an indigenous Mediterranean plant, why shouldn't Americans use a leaf that was important to America? That being the tobacco. I mean,
They use tobacco leaves on our Corinthian? That's
to the early
crazy.
American economy. The tobacco leaf. But ordinarily, it is the acanthus leaf. And we see that always in these Greek and Roman Corinthian columns, but there's more going on besides. The leaves rise up, and from within bundle or basket of leaves spring volutes, which are not so different from the volutes of the Ionic order. Now, later on, there'd be a new order called the composite order, which is typically defined as combining the Corinthian and the Ionic. But isn't this already something which incorporates the Ionic? It does to an extent. More specifically, I think the composite is a combination of Corinthian and a particular kind of Ionic, which we'll see later on. But we do have volutes, and we have two pairs of volutes, outer volutes and inner volutes. And here, in this particular version of Corinthian that we see at the Temple of Castor and Pollux, the inner volutes are handled in a unique manner. They are intertwined, is the word that I use. You see how, what I mean by looking at the picture. And then above them is a band of this, something that we call by a French name. The Romans wouldn't have called it by a French name, but we call it rinceau, which actually ultimately derives from the Latin for branch, but which in our usage really means that kind of swirling foliage, which is, almost always like a good way to use up empty space. And then right in the center is that big flower, a rosette, let us call it.
Yeah.
These are Calder's photographs of the capitals of the Temple of Castor and Pollux as they exist today. Where you can see there's a certain amount of detail. That has not worn off over time, including those intertwined volutes are still very visible in those column capitals. Isn't that an amazing thing? That so much of this temple has disappeared, has just vanished into the mists of history, and yet this very delicate detail, this unique and very...
I meant to pause it. I kind of want to change out what we got in front of the temple and put these. I think that'd be cool.
Beautiful detail has somehow survived.
I'll show you later.
Not only survived, but also inspired other architects. For instance, James Gibbs uses a slight variant on the Castor and Pollux Corinthian in his Church of St. Martin in the Fields on Trafalgar Square in London. It's hard to see because column capitals are so damnably difficult to photograph. You can, even if you have a super zoom lens and you can get infinite detail, you still can't get them level. So you're always frustrated when you're photographing column capitals. But hazy as this photo might be, do look and you'll see those intertwined
Yeah, I see the
volutes. And you'll see
right
basically
there.
the whole
Rosette is
arrangement, the
different.
canthus, volutes, and the band of Rinceau
The
also
Rinso,
above
yeah.
them. Now, this is back to Palladio's drawing of the Temple of Castor and Pollux. This is a much more accurate.
See, look, this one actually does kind of go crazy though. Maybe I take it back. See, look, you can see there's the Ionic over here. Or I guess Ionic right here. That's more Doric. That goes crazy, actually. I take it back. Yeah, that goes so hard.
Version. Because Palladio did not have the benefit of modern archaeology. Palladio was being highly speculative. But nowadays, we've had people digging and dating and reconstructing sort of not quite nonstop, but pretty steadily for another 400 years. And we have now a much better idea, so that some of these people, like this painter named Gilbert Gorski, who like the computer guy before, whose name I can't pronounce, have made a whole livelihood out of creating these images. So this is what the Temple of Castor and Pollux probably looked like. It had, as Palladio was correct in pointing out, the acroteria figures, the figural tympanum, but what Palladio did not know is that it had that very grand flight of steps.
Yeah, I like that.
This is what's left.
Yeah.
Now, this is what remains of the Temple of Vesta in Tivoli. This was a circular temple. Now, we saw circular.
Look. I have Gilgorski, the Temple of Vesta right here. First thing I see. We'll look at that later.
The temple last week, the thing that the Greeks called a tholos, the sanctuary of Athenopronaia, 20 columns in the round. A building which, when you first saw it, you might have thought looked more Roman.
Bubs, you got to build this.
Well, the Romans thought it looked more Roman than Greek too, and for that reason, they emulated.
It's crazy.
They did so in a whole series of circular temples, of which this is one of the most famous. Here is Piranesi's rendering, which appears to be quite accurate.
Oh, look, this one has. Oh, never mind.
This is the Corinthian order of the Temple of Vesta. It's
yeah, look at those.
First, similar, right, to the Corinthian of the Temple of Castor and Pollux, because you have the same sort of base of acanthus leaves. But when you look at it,
look at how it's worn. That's so. I think it's so interesting how it's like kind of soft. In time, it just like all the sharp edges get worn down.
Same sort of base of acanthus leaves. But when you look at it closer, like in Degodetz's rendering,
that huge rosette,
you see that the inner volutes are very different.
And no Rinceau.
Castor and Pollux example. Here you have the inner volutes which do not meet, much less intertwine. They're separated. And then there is that sort of giant hibiscus flower in the middle.
Yeah,
and
it's
then look up
too
in the
much.
entablature, and you see a big, very heavy fruit garland. These garlands, sometimes called swags, are a very important ornamental feature of classical buildings. And then you have what is really kind of, to some people, creepy, because it's a bovine skull that we call a bucrane. Why? Why would that, of all things, why would that become a standard ornamental feature of Roman buildings and of classical buildings going forward? We'll get back to that in a second. But
it probably represents like prosperity and something.
Here I want you to compare side by side the two Corinthians.
Or maybe
the Corinthian
God.
Of Vesta, Tivoli on the left, and the Corinthian of Castor and Pollux on the right. And the similarities are easy enough to see. They're mostly in the lower portion, not identical, but very, very, very similar. But up above, the differences are clear. the rendering of the volutes, just as we saw last week in comparing the volutes of the Erechtheum Ionic with that of the temple on the Ilisos. So here, the volutes can be rendered very differently. They can be tightly wound, they can be a little loosey-goosey, they can be sort of rendered in different ways. And what all of these sort of small calibrations do is, as Sir John Summerson says, they alter the mood. They don't communicate anything highly specific, but they alter the mood of a building. When something's wound tight, it produces a different mood than something which is wound very loosely. And here, there are so many features that can be wound tight or wound loosely. And we see in Castor and Pollux that those inner volutes sort of meet and embrace and intertwine. And that doesn't happen in the Vesta example. So let's compare those with an example of Greek Corinthian, which I showed at the end of last week, that of the Karagic monument of Lysicrates.
I'm still Castor and Pollux all the way. This one's still cool. This one's cool.
You have the sort of base of acanthus leaves, though they're rendered very differently, and they're also kind of stuck with rosettes. And then you do have the inner volutes and the outer volutes. The inner volutes of the Karagic monument they touch, but they don't embrace.
Yeah, these ones
the way
don't touch.
The ones of Vesta do, whereas the volutes at the ones of Castor and Pollux do, whereas the ones from Vesta don't touch at all. They actually are socially distanced volutes.
Socially distanced. Again, I think that you filmed this during COVID, bro.
Equivalent of 6 feet apart.
Yeah, there we go.
So here we have arrows all over the place. I'm sorry. I try to avoid that, but it just happened, showing in each instance the outer volutes and the inner
socially distanced volutes, bro.
And another thing worth noting is, and these are all very subtle differences, but they're the sorts of things that you want to keep an eye out for when you're looking at these buildings. Here, you see that the flutes.
Yeah, definitely like the curved better than that. I don't like that.
Of the column itself, not of the capital, but the column below the capital, they rise up the curved heads, whereas at the Temple of Vesta, they rise up the square or flat heads. In New York, an example
interesting. It's
the
like a
Temple of
pilaster.
Vesta order can be seen in building of the Brooklyn Historical Society on Pierpont Street on Brooklyn Heights. Building built 1878-81, designed by an architect named George B. Post. It's a wonderful building, but it's a spirited, I think very charming rendering of that Corinthian order.
I like how the leaves are kind of like squares. I don't like, well, that's also cool, the geometric angle right here with the cloth hanging with the rosettes. But I like the little square leaves. I like that a lot. This also feels like a cinnamon roll.
A spirited, I think very charming rendering of that Corinthian order. There's the Temple of Vesta at Tivoli, and it was the inspiration for Sir John Soane's Bank of England.
That dark stone goes hard, bro. Oh, look at the bases on top, too. Kind of looks like Gringotts. Looks like Hogwarts, or not Hogwarts, Harry Potter. I guess it is in England, so.
Soane's.
Oh, the Bank of England. Okay, so it was probably modeled after Harry Potter. Okay, Harry Potter modeled it after that. Okay.
Bank of England building. And another thing that that I pointed out a moment ago is that thing that we call a bucrane. Why a bovine skull? It could be a cow, it could be an ox.
Yeah, what the hell?
But it's a skull. Basically, this relates to sacrificial practices.
There we go.
And
that was one of the things I said.
So that image of the the skull,
prosperity,
the animal skull,
or to a
was
god.
to the Romans, because of their religion, a very important and meaningful image.
I bet they
It
would
isn't
also
for us.
sacrifice the fruit or whatever.
Us, it's just sort of creepy, but we still
Something like that.
use it. For instance, you can all see that I'm sitting in the main reading room
Oh
of
yeah,
the New
look at
York
that.
Public Library. And elsewhere in this building, I'll show you 3 instances in the New York Public Library where you can find a Bucrane in those magnificent bronze flagpole bases on the Fifth Avenue terrace building.
That's
There
cool.
is a Bucrane. Inside, on these magnificent Carrara marble candelabra in the Astor Hall, right at the bottom, there is a Bucrane.
That's cool.
And outside, it may be a little hard to see in the photo, but these are what they used to call comfort stations. It's in Bryant, part of Bryant Park, but it was actually built as part of the library. And like the library designed by Crayon Hastings, there's a Bucrane. There's a whole bunch
Cool.
of these Bucranes all round the sides of this building. So it is another.
This is the one that I
form.
saw earlier that I was like, oh, I don't like that. This is the one that I was like, oh, the Corinthians a little too much here. But I think if you go hard in the pediment and you go hard in the frieze and you have whatever the ornamental statues on top too, you gotta go hard all around. You can't just have the columns be the only thing going hard.
That continues to enrich our modern cities of today. Date of those New York Public Library Bucranes is 1911. This is the Maison Carrée in Nîmes.
Maison Carrée.
To many people, this is one of the.
He said it was the most important something.
Most beautiful, but also most Greek-like of the Roman temples.
Most beautiful Roman temple.
A building
I
also
don't think so.
very famous and much loved because of how splendidly intact it is. For
Okay.
I
guess that makes sense.
That are, I'm sure lots of people can tell you exactly why this is intact and why only 3 columns of the Temple of Castor and Pollux are still there. But this is just how it is. Some things survive over time. Very often, when new uses were found for these buildings, we talk about today adaptive reuse of old buildings. The adaptive reuse of old temples was very often to turn them into Christian churches. And when that happened, there was a much better chance that it was going to survive than if it just, was abandoned. This is pseudo-peripteral hexastyle.
Mm-hmm.
And there we see the side with the engaged columns that are attached or embedded or stuck to the wall rather than freestanding apart from the wall, such as you see in the front of the building. And you all probably know that this was Thomas Jefferson's favorite building, or one of his favorite buildings. In the time that he spent in France, he explored this building with a French architect named Charles-Louis Clérisseau. And Clérisseau helped Jefferson design the Virginia State Capitol
of
of 1785-88.
They got Ionic, they got Gudde, they've got, what are these things are called? I can't remember. Cornice. Ionic doesn't have the flutes, though. It's more Doric, or maybe even Tuscan.
Was self-consciously based on the Maison Carrée, but with obviously many modifications, including swapping out the Corinthian order of the Maison Carrée for the Ionic order chosen by Jefferson and Clérisseau. By the way, this is what it looked like. At first, it took a very long time before the stair.
Bro, they put windows up there? I wonder if they had like an attic space up there is why. I feel like in the Greek temples they wouldn't have done that. Funny. Got windows down here too. Interesting.
At first, it took a very long time before the stairs were put in.
Okay.
This is a reconstruction of the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And what's interesting, this is the Temple of Saturn as it is today. Yeah?
Oh, I guess, okay, so maybe it didn't always have to have the flutes in the column. They sometimes had smooth guys. There's the Victory Arch we were working on last time.
So you can see that front colonnade is interestingly intact, but
we'll have to do more ruins like this Temple of Saturn and Castor and Pollux.
One thing that you'll notice about the Ionic order this time of the Temple of Saturn
kind of a fancy
is the way
one.
that the volutes are angled, rather than a Corinthian column with just the volutes on either side. Here, each capital has 4 volutes, and they are angled
I kind of like that.
from outward. Now, later on, this would become known by the name of a Renaissance architect named Vincenzo Scamozzi, and we would call it the Scamozzi Ionic.
Scamozzi.
But clearly, it
Ionic.
long predates Scamozzi.
Interesting.
Just neither here nor there. I just wanted to show this painting by Hubert Robert, who often made very affecting paintings of buildings. And by the way, he was a favorite painter of the late Henry Hope Reed. This is the interior of the Temple of Diana at Nîmes. And this is what it actually looks like today. So it hasn't, it changed a lot between the time of ancient Rome and the 18th century, but changed very, very little from the 18th century to today. And then, of course, the most famous,
Pantheon's got Corinthian too.
The most important Roman temple of them all is the Pantheon in Rome, AD 120 to 124. It has that big inscription across the front, which means Marcus Agrippa, son of Lucius, 3 times consul, built this. It's kind of like
Marcus Agrippa was
Donald
here.
Trump, son of Fred, built this.
I built this, bro.
But really, it's the first thing you notice about the building is just that giant inscription in the frieze. Second thing you notice about the building is that it has a naked tympanum. There are no figures in there. Were there once? No. Sometimes there just aren't. And the third thing you notice about it is that it has that perfectly, basically ordinary column front. And that was the first thing that the ancient Romans noticed about the building as well, which led them to think that as they were entering it, they were entering a conventional temple, that maybe they were entering, a conventional pseudo-peripteral octastyle temple. But once they went through the big bronze doors of the Pantheon, they were shocked. The building was designed so that the portico of the building really set you up for something as different as can be from the inside of the building. And when you got on the inside,
I want to go there so bad.
You were in a space that was simply overwhelming. Space that peaks at 150 feet high, that incredible dome comprising 140 square coffers. What made this building, this incredible technical feat possible was, of course, the use of concrete. And not only that, but the use of many kinds or grades or mixtures of concrete. The engineering was quite brilliant, so that the weight of the concrete, based on the aggregate itself, lessens as the building rises. And it is, as you know, from these paintings by one of my favorite painters, Giovanni Paolo Panini, who did wonderful architectural paintings, give you a very good sense of it. But of course, modern photographs, like this one that I found on Flickr, can really sort of bring it home for you.
He credited the Flickr user, bro.
Actually going there. Thing is that when you actually go there today, you see an interior that has only a fraction of the original ornament that this interior had. So I know that there are lots of people who think, oh, it's probably better without the ornament. I am not one of those people, and I can't help thinking that as impressive, as awe-inspiring as this building is for 21st century people when they see it, we're used to great technological stunts. We're used to mega structures. We're used to tremendous engineering feats. And yet, sometimes an ancient building can make our jaw drop. That's what the Pantheon does. Imagine if you were alive at the time and you were far less used to the things that we're used to, and the building was also so much more richly ornamented than it is today. The impact of it must have been simply mind blowing. There you are.
That is cool. This one makes it look way smaller, but you look at this, it's like, oh, freak, it's huge. Look how many people there are, though. Isn't that kind of annoying? People are a plague. Imagine being able to go here and there's like a dozen people in the building. I'm sure it's so loud in there too, with everyone freaking talking. But yeah, imagine back in the day, you walk in here, it's like quiet, sun shining through the top. Just get to like quietly ponder and be amazed at how big the building is. Very cool. Very cool. Looks like he's going to be moving on to other building types, bathhouses, basilicas, and palaces. So we'll cruise on that tomorrow. Yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna use the restroom and then we'll look at some more stuff. I pulled some stuff while we were watching that. What's up? What's up? Say what's up to B. Like once a month, B will have a day where she just can't hold down any food and she'll just like throw up. And yesterday was that day, so I like couldn't feed her and I just kept barfing up, so it's good that she's feeling better today. I fed her this morning. She's been doing all right, but let's look at this. I found some stuff while we were watching. So this is one of the artists, Gilgorsky. Here's the Temple of Vestas. Then here's the painting that he also showed of the Castor and Pollux, Temple of Castor and Pollux. I haven't looked at any of these. This is the Roman Forum. This is crazy. Look at this angled build. Yo, look at that. It's another Roman Forum. I should build this, actually. This is all just Roman Forum, looks like. There's Castor and Pollux again. Pretty sure it's Castor and Pollux. No, wait, Temple of Vespian. My bad. That's cool. Oh, it's in the snow. Wait. Oh, I see. It's like a slideshow play. Well, these are crazy. Also, look at the scale. Look how small these guys are. Like multiple steps up. Yo, this is crazy. What's this? Doesn't have a title. These are book illustrations, so I don't think this is... This might be like a mythical thing. And then, this is crazy. This is the lviic.net. This guy just makes... Here's the Roman Forum. This guy just makes 3D models. Yo, I wish there was something that you could like load in and go walk around these 3D models. Bunch of the Roman Forum, bunch of different angles. Gotta build something like this building right here. The dome right there as well. Oh, yo, look at that. What's it called again when they paint it? I can't remember. They got the shield up in the pediment. I remember this thing. This golden... Let's see if there's a better picture of it. Oh, you can kind of see right here. This golden... hopefully this doesn't ruin my spot. Ooh, just tripping out, bro. Low-key, this website is horribly optimized. But this golden... what would you call this? Ornament? Statue? It's like all roads are measured, or all things are measured by the distance they are from this. That's crazy. Is that the Temple of Vestas? There's Castor and Pollux again. Wait, no, that's not Castor and Pollux. Dude, these are crazy. These models are actually really good. Oh, he's got interiors too. Ew, look at these. Look at these. I don't like those columns, bro. Dude, that looks crazy. Man. Look at all of these places, all these things are painted. This is the one that we built in Creative yesterday. That's cool too. Forum of Caesar. Okay, wait. Go back up to the top. Where's the Acropolis? I want to look at that. Yo. This guy's got so much in here. This is cool. This is like a bigger version of the stadium I built. Here we go. Acropolis. Give it a second. It's going to scroll me all the way down. And then it's going to load. Like I said, this is like horribly optimized, this website. Okay, give it a minute. Yeah, I don't know what it did. Someone who knows how to do website optimization, please reach out to this guy and help him out. I don't know if I need to go up or down to find this. Oh, here we go. Acropolis of Athens. Number of... Okay, this is just like the stats. Propylaea. So I think we're going to build a Propylaea today. Temple of Athena, Nike, Parthenon, Erechtheion, Pandrosian, Northwest Building, Aphrodite, Pandemos. I'm not going to read all these. I'm terrible. I'm terrible reading these, bro. Let's take a look, though. These are cool. Here's like the layout up top. Okay. Yeah, look. I saw this in one of the smaller models. They got like all the shields posted up on the side of the, or underneath the Temple of Athena Nike. Look at that. I wonder what that golden one is. That was like a special one. I'm sure there's more information about this. We're gonna build the Propylaeus today. Let's save that. Yeah, look at that. That's gorgeous. I wonder if that's what it really looked like. It's the backside of the Propylaea. I wish you would tell me each of the buildings. Here's the Parthenon. Yeah, this guy's goated. I don't like the painted oh, what are they called? Caryatid. I like them just kind of plain and white. This is the Erechtheion though. I can't remember what the purpose of this one is. But on the side there's it would be like right here. Maybe in here. There's the olive tree of Athena. Athena's olive tree. Very cool. And the Temple of Portunus. We'd easily build this. No, I want. Save it. Opportunist. I don't want to lose this. Here, I'll put this in the chat for you guys. Save it for later too. And then I have looked at this before. This is it's like a not as good 3D model. It's by a different guy. Again, I want something where I can like actually go in and experience this, go walk around. But let's get to it. It's time to actually play some Minecraft. Change this up. Boom. And we're already in creative. Show you we did the arch victory arch of Semtium Severus. It's not as fancy as the one that we saw earlier. Let me pull up the image. Oh, let me change my monitor to the Minecraft one. Oh, it's gonna be screenshots. Oh, did I not? Oh, here we go. This one. Yeah, it's basically ruined now. But I also want to make it smaller, guy. And then also we grabbed a bunch of other images here. I want to build this too. Well, actually, we'll build this real quick. This is the Castor and Pollux temple of Castor and Pollux. This is what remains. I think it'd be cool to add this in. Let's see, I need my quartz hotbar. We're gonna say give me block quartz. Uh-oh. Did I just have symmetry on? Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay. Let's use, doing that. Here we go. Let's use stack. And then it's got like a band on top. Actually, we'll make this chiseled. It's not a whole lot that we can do to emulate what a Corinthian would have looked like. We can sort of make it reminiscent of Corinthian. I wonder if I could. I wish you could put these out facing ones. Oh, you can't. Can't really. I mean, I could get my debug stick. I'll show you what I'm thinking. There we go. I wish you could do this in vanilla. Like that. And then we could almost do this. Oh, it's gonna mess it up. This could be like the volutes facing inward. Hold on, let me debug. It's kind of pointless. There's no reason this would ever, like, we can't use this in vanilla, so I just wanted to see. That would be sweet. Look at that. That's clean. I guess I could put another set, right? What if I could stack debugged blocks? Yeah, it worked. Yeah, not gonna work. We'll figure something else out. I just wanted to look at that, see. I kind of want to do smooth quartz. Let's do this. Again, it's like with Minecraft, you have to compromise on what it looks like. That's pretty, hey look. It's pretty Corinthian. It's about as good as it's gonna get, right? Not really much else you can do there. You gotta make it taller too. Yeah, maybe like a few blocks taller. Oops. Wrong one. I don't know how this is gonna look proportionally with the temple. We'll see though. I guess also I could do base like this. I'm gonna bring this down. I wish there was a chiseled stair. That'd be cool. Let's copy this. There's 3 of them. Block on top. Kind of like this. Okay. Might change these to smooth quartz stairs. Ah, oh, damn you, Axiom. Whatever. Axiom doesn't like to cooperate. And it's just sort of like it just sort of stares up, basically. Like so. We get a little more ruined. It's like a chunk out right there. As well as like stuff over here. We'll do the smooth quartz stairs to make it look like that. All right, yeah. Temple of Castor and Pollux. It's got some fancy underneath. Let's see. Does chisel? Yeah, it's fancy. We do smooth down here. That'll look nicer on both the stair and the block. And then I was gonna look at the, oh, what's it called? Starts with a P. The peripheral of the Acropolis, the entrance. Let's go look at that. Possibly do that today. Alright, that's sick. You know what? I'm gonna move this up. I know I had it different before. And then I changed it, now I'm gonna change it back. Yeah. Alright, let's save this and then think I actually just want to go into the server. Okay. Need my stick. Call it Ruins of Castor and Pollux. And eventually I'll for sure go and I'll remake this smaller guy. Might actually make it more this proportions. A little bit bigger. I'll show you where we're thinking about putting it. I still have to talk to Bubs about it. Took a council with the craft boys and figure out what we want to do. But let me start the server. Let me get that going. Give it a second. You could also build this. Wish I'd named this. I told myself I should have named this so I could remember what it's called. Propylaeum, maybe? Yeah, it might be what it's called, Propylaeum. No, this is the Propylaeum. Keep building the Propylaeum. There it is again, the Roman Forum. Looks crazy. This building looks crazy too. Oh, look, and you can see the what he was talking about, the bouquet, the cow skull, and then the fruit. They got that all around there. That's so sick. Little mini arch right here going into the forum. That's cool. Bro, I like Greek style building. Like I said before, where the building is the main focus, but I also love this. This is really growing. I mean, I used to think L Romans, like, this sucks. Why would you do this? This is so cluttered, but this is actually tight. See Acropolis again. This is that one artist, Jean-Claude Bolvin. Another one. Athens with the Acropolis. This is also labeled the Arch of Septimius Severus, but this is in Lycinae. This is on the coastal city in Rome, or in Italy. It's a different one. I just think this was cool because of the spikes it's got there. There's the Olympia. So I just barely finished the track, actually. We'll have the Stoa put up soon. And then gotta figure out buildings or how to build these temples. I want to build them like full scale, like bigger than the one that we already have on top. It's gonna be so sick. Leptis Magna. Maybe it was Leptis Magna. The Lighthouse of Alexandria too, I want to build. Sure, we'll talk about that soon. Dude, it's so crazy all the stuff that we've learned this last month. It's like, and the more that you know about all this, the more interesting and more fun it gets. It's been so cool, like, just diving into this. I don't even know what got me onto all of this. I was just like I need to learn. I need to figure out more about this stuff to build this. And then I just like went full send. Let's see, are we in? Yeah, we're in. Here we are. Boom. So this is our Acropolis. pales in comparison to the real Acropolis, but yeah. So I was thinking, replace these with what I just built. I think it could be cool. Also, gotta get rid of that. I'm thinking replace that with what we just built. And also, I don't know what to do. I don't know about this pool. I don't know about this pool. I kind of want to build a fountain right here. We'll see. We'll see. I also don't know what to do over here. I think what I'm going to do today, though, I think I'm going to expand the steps to be over here. It would only make sense. This is kind of just like a dead area, and it'd be cool to make the steps be full. First, we gotta go into the end. I gotta go repair my shovel and pickaxe. I actually didn't even hop on yesterday. I don't know. I was super tired. Oh, what I did, I worked late is why. I was up. Got home at like midnight after my security job. So there was no way I was gonna get on. I usually try to do stuff like this beforehand, so we don't have to deal with it later. Also got this project, which I'm still sort of planning. We'll talk about it later. We'll go check out the racetrack too, since I just finished it. Nice sound down here. It gets so loud with the Enderman dying. Let me just sort things out while we wait for them to spawn in. Get rid of that. Check close stuff out. I don't know why my chat doesn't like to show up. So. Alright. This shouldn't take too long. Like, it's like nothing. It's like one of the best XP farms. And it's so convenient too, because you just like go back in the portal and then you teleport to your bed. How many Endermen have I killed? Oh, it's still around 86,000. I guess it hasn't been that long since I checked. It's so crazy. Okay, do the shovel. A little mind numbing. Okay, we'll do the axe too, right? There we go. All right, let's get back to it. We'll go check out. Oh, I looked at a guy. Go check out the track. It's not loaded in. Oh, also I found some pictures, or I guess I found a short I gotta pull up. Forgot to watch it. It's the Odin of Herodotus Atticus. And then we'll see about this victory arch. We'll see. But just finished this. I still need to do whatever is left in the center here. It's kind of plain. We'll see. See. Suppose I can take these away. I don't know that I have any room in my... Nope. No room in the ender chest. Gotta take this away too. I can do that right now, right? Should be really easy. I don't think I have to do much terraforming here. Get all that in there. Don't have to worry about that. I'll have to empty my end chest too. I don't need this beacon either. Take it out. Alright, yeah, we'll clean it up. We're gonna need this pretty soon for something else, likely. I may have actually stolen this from another place. We gotta get the Wither skeleton farm going so I can fight the Wither more. Get some more beacons, some more nether stars. Oh, I didn't finish. Still have to do these. Maybe I'll get that done real quick. I shouldn't have broken the beacon. Should have left it up for a second. I don't know what I'm going to do on the mountain here. Maybe we'll put another temple up there or something. Put something cool. I do want to make like an angled build. There's this creator called MC Aurelius. It's kind of clever. And he looks like he does purely Minecraft Roman Greek builds. And he's got these angled temples that look so sick. It's like the pillars on those temples look so clean. And I kind of want to try out that method. I've been doing mostly, well, all just like squared off on the grid type temples. Alright, let's head. We'll drop off the materials here. And then there was a short that I wanted to watch because it has some cool features. Let's see. We're gonna go down to my special room. empty, all the empty ones I want to leave in here. I don't know that we got room. But we'll put as much as we can in here. Yeah. And then I don't know about the stone either. Yeah, we're at a lot. Let's get rid of it. We have also so much stone over at the end portal dig. I'm actually gonna need rockets. Go over there real quick. This has been the main storage for all of that. So if you ever need stone or dirt, and I even have some alt stuff like andesite, tough, a ton of it over here. My greatest nightmare is if a creeper comes by and blows these up. Alright, grass away first. I've got both grass blocks and regular dirt blocks. You put away the beacon as well. It's annoying to have in the inventory. It's a room in... Yeah, we got room. Room in my tool chest. I should have repaired that elytra that was in there. Forgot that I had that. Okay, these are empty. These away. I got a bunch of ores too. Andesite, gravel. And then I got like alt stuff over here as well. Okay. We got these. We'll put them down. Ugh. There we go. These away. We'll keep these going. Okay. Let's head over to the Acropolis. I'll leave these here. I think I stole these originally. I'll fly over here real quick. I'm gonna pull up a short. I found this morning. I was just kind of scrolling. I was like, oh shoot, that's pretty cool. Gonna be in playlists. Sorry, it's probably gonna start a video.
Designing the temples.
Sorry.
Were made by.
Sorry.
This is the
Look at this. Sorry, it's a bit loud. Look at this.
Acropolis of Athens, as the ancient Greeks knew it. The Parthenon was completed in 432 BC. The temple of
Look at this. Acropolis origins. Look at the blue banners. And then look at the vines and stuff hanging down. That's so dope. And then look at the blue on here and here.
Nike was inaugurated
I was
in
looking at this and I was like, we gotta do something like this. We gotta like up our game because right now Acropolis is looking kind of plain. This is crazy,
421 BC, followed by the Erechtheion in 406 BC. The fourth major
Look
project.
at this. Look at how it winds down and everything. This is what we were talking about doing. This is what we were thinking about doing. That's the peripheral. Peripheral? No. I can't remember what it's called. That's the entrance though.
The monumental gateway known as the Propylaea was halted by the outbreak of the Peloponnesian War in 431
we gotta do this,
BC
bro.
and was never completed as originally planned. For centuries, the Acropolis preserved many of its ancient structures.
I know it's AI,
However,
whatever.
later conflicts and occupations gradually altered the site. In 1687,
We'll keep
the
watching.
Temple of Athena Nike was dismantled by the Ottomans,
L
and its
Ottomans,
stones
bro.
were reused to build defenses.
Huge L.
The greatest destruction came later that same year, when a
Hate the
Venetian
Ottomans.
bombardment ignited an Ottoman gunpowder magazine stored inside the Parthenon.
Yeah,
The
again, they're
explosion
storing their gunpowder magazines inside the Parthenon.
destroyed much of the temple and severely damaged nearby monuments, including the Erechtheion and the
Erechtheion.
Propylaea. For more than 2,000 years, the Parthenon remained remarkably unchanged. But in the end, war and human ambition proved more destructive than time itself.
Still looks so crazy. L Ottomans, bro. Propylaea, though. We're gonna mock that up soon. Probably do that tomorrow. I can't remember what I said I was gonna do today, but we're gonna expand the stairs up here at least, and then I'll probably call it a little early. My teeth are really hurting, so we're just gonna chill out for a bit and build a little bit. I need sandstone stairs. I think I got a bunch of smooth sandstone elsewhere, but I basically want to expand it. Ooh, how's this actually gonna look? I don't think it matters. We'll build the wall up here, and then it'll work out. Do all this. I've sort of wanted to build like a little pathway up this way anyway. We got to get on the banner game too. Those blue banners were so cool. What's this? Oh, that's like the underside there. Got. Actually, I'm gonna leave this. Leave that. Oh, can we do this? I forget we got the underside there built. Oh yeah, we can. Still works. I think I'm gonna do it just up to this pillar. I'm not gonna go any further. Maybe it'll be like this after that. I'll figure it out. And this needs to be... Guess I need more smooth. Just want to get rid of this side area here. It looks kind of junky. that all smooth? I'm starting to care less and less about it being smooth sandstone. I would like to keep it. We're not using smooth sandstone for stuff that doesn't need it, but since the super smelter, I'm like, it's not that big of a deal anymore. Got unlimited fuel and takes like 2 seconds to smelt stuff. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I was doing a few days ago. Only got a few here. I think there's a good amount still burning. At least 10 stacks. Maybe less. But I gotta come up with do another super smelter design. Figure out what mechanics make it work the most efficiently. Do I have any smooth? Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, give me all that. I should have dropped off the dirt. Yeah, look at this. This is looking way better with the stairs up like this. Oh, shoot. No, that's okay. This is the underside. This is the reflection. The temple reflection. It's crazy. That's basically what started all of this. Is I went hard on the temple. And I was like, you know what? We gotta actually go hard with this. Get rid of this. I should also come through. I don't think I did this, but we should also come through and put firefly bushes in the in this temple as well. Go throw them in the pillars. All right, from here I don't know if I'm gonna do that for sure. I don't know what to do on the sides here. That. And I just did smooth going up. Should get rid of that. Yeah, it looks a lot more grand. I like that a lot. Cover that up, I guess. There we go. Guess we could just have it meet. Actually, that wouldn't be right. Doesn't feel right. I'll do steps going up this way then. Like that makes sense. Where do we gotta go to? Okay. Have it be like that. Do the same thing here. I don't have any cut. No, shoot. I might have some cut up here. I'll lay it out real quick. Any cut? There's some cut. Oh, we got more that we can make into cut as well. Get rid of some of this garbage. Okay. And I feel like I need to make this wider. That. I hope this doesn't obstruct anything. I did want to kind of fill this area in like something more established, if that makes sense, something more defined, rather than just a bunch of moss. And they eventually do wall that goes around right here then. I mean, basically right here. Just mirror it with this side. Okay. All right, now we're cooking. I have the stone, so might as well, right? Just fill it in. And go sleep. All right. I don't know if this is gonna feel weird. It might feel weird. I guess, right here would be just like a wall. Yeah, I guess just like that. Probably do like a yeah, it's cool. And then we can do the same thing on the other side too. Cut. It's just like this, right? I don't know that I'm doing this right. I think I did it wrong. Yeah. Get out of my way, bro. We could probably put like a fire on top. I'm doing this wrong again. There we go. Maybe I'll make it one more wider. This also feels kind of weird now. I feel like it needs to be like centered, maybe. Centered on the pillar. Okay. Like, look, what if we... Told you to get out of the way, bro. What if we did this? I don't know, does that look kind of weird? I suppose it wouldn't look as weird if I simply got rid of this then. Let's do this. Oops. Meant to do this and this. Like that. Let's see. That one fall, that's okay. Give me chiseled. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go down and grab these. I can't waste it. Gathering sand is such a pain. Probably should have done the other side too before I did that. It doesn't even look good. Look, maybe if I extend, there we go. Won't lose it. Okay, let's fix this. do this real quick. That feels better. I'll do another layer on the other side there. I don't know. I don't know about that. Build this up though. I need like a free look mod so I can look around and see what's going on. Okay. Oh, and then I'll line it up with that. That works. Oh, it's a creeper. Oh! Come up here. You know, they say if Minecraft was made today, they would not have had creepers in there. But that's probably just hater talk. It'd be cool if they added something like how they have with gold with piglins, something with creepers, or like cat armor. You get like cat girl armor, and then that makes you immune to creeper explosions. I'm gonna mess this up. Let's go sleep. Finish up this wall and then I call it a day, bro. Doesn't quite line up. It's probably okay, right? And of course, I don't have torches to light this up. We'll fix it later. I know I say that with literally everything, but we'll fix it later. Okay. Let's go finish this down here. So many monsters, holy. Really, no more smooth or no more cut? It's covered up. Ooh, and then we'll fix this too. I'll still make it covered with moss, but oh, yeah, I see. Alright, now I feel like I gotta go get more. I was also thinking holy, shut up. No, not over here though. Maybe I'll just do I'll just do this. Maybe I'll stagger it with smooth. So we'll fix that later. Oh no, we gotta do this. Kind of low-key want to line this up. Me slabs. Do it like that. And then, oh, don't have much cut. Probably gonna be like this. Let me go see if we can find some more cut. Maybe I got... No. No. Any more cut in here? I guess we can make some more, right? Yeah, like that. 'Cause it kind of had the castle ramparts. Maybe I'll do like this. I kind of like, leave it for now. I'll finish this side too. Gotta eat. Just gonna expand it by 1. Okay. Fill this in. And then we'll do a little fly around and see how it looks like. See what it looks like. Only made a few changes, and we'll probably do the, oh, what's it called? The peristyle? No, not the peristyle. The propylene tomorrow. Alright, let's go check it out. Yeah, it's looking a lot nicer with the full steps going up. Ooh, gotta fix this. Boom. I'm gonna fix this too. I don't think that needs to be so protruding. Get rid of these too. And I'll probably, yeah, let's just do this now. Take out this. Looks kind of crappy with the dirt anyway. I might, I feel like if I stop now, if I go take a pee, then it means I'm gonna have to stay on for another 15 minutes. I'm about to call it. I'm about to say let's cruise. So I want to get this done. I'm not gonna take a break. Something like this though. And then we'll pull those back or build a wall right here or do something to make that look a little better. Oh, let's put the slabs on. Oh, dude. Hate everything. Why did I build it like this? I guess I'll mirror it over here then. Let me go sleep. Need rockets real quick, and then we'll take another look. And then I'll probably call it a day. Yeah, this has been a very productive session. This has been tight. I've been stoked on what we've been doing. And again, sorry I didn't do a whole lot today. We kind of just watched the video. It's like on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm kind of getting off like a bad sleep schedule. And I've sort of been having troubles with my teeth too, so that's been a problem. But tomorrow I should be kind of back in full force. I'll do a little more. I'll do a little bit more planning, and we'll get some actual stuff done tomorrow. Little progress though. A little bit of progress. expanded these front steps. Oh, also, real quick, what would it be called? What did I call it? Ruins of Castor and Pollux. Big. That's so big, bro. Damn. We'll put it somewhere else. I wonder if I could like half the size. Do like a mini version of this. This is about the proportions that I'll make the new temple, the big temple. It's really a bummer. I'm not super mad about it, but just the fact that I built this temple before I really was studying like Greek and Roman temple styles and really learning about all that. It makes me want to almost rebuild it, which I won't do. It's been too much work. It'd be too much, but like things like this, it's like I wish I could just build something crazy like this. You know what, actually? Maybe down here. I've been looking for something to build down here. Like in this area. One sec. We do move to player. Jump down here real quick. This could actually be so cool. I might stay on. I might stay on and build this. Yo. And then also like leave the trees there too. Make sure this is centered. Oh, but it's not. It's an odd number. It's an odd number build, bro. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'll center it with, yeah, center it like that. Bro, what do you think about that? Ruins of Castor and Pollux. And then maybe I'll do a fourth pillar, like a base down here. It would almost look fine just lined up with the inside of this pillar, with this column. It's not bad. Let's check the angles. That's actually okay. I think I might stay on. This is what remains of the Temple of Castor and Pollux. This is in the Roman Forum. It's kind of big, but like just as like a monument in this tree section here. And then we could also build like a base for it too. Well, I'd probably just build this up to the grass. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna stay on for a little bit longer. Stay on a little longer than I usually do. I can deal with the teeth stuff. Give me a second. I'm gonna go pee. All right. And I know that we got all the materials for this, so it shouldn't be too crazy. I feel like that works too, because it'd be kind of cool to... Well, that scared me. It'd be cool to have it be kind of like ruins as you get more towards the valley. I haven't seen any pillars yet. Are there any pillars in here? Need that. I'll bring this just in case then. Okay. I'm gonna get my bed too. Check this out. So I expanded the stairs up here. Made them like a full set of stairs. Got rid of some of the grass over here. I don't know what to do on this side yet. We'll probably just build a wall and then like a pathway up here. Now, I was thinking about putting the ruins of Castor and Pollux right here, but I think this is fine. I kind of want to make these taller now though. And then I built stairs up to right here. And then a little wall. Starting to get a little more developed. It's looking nice though. Alright, let's go sleep. This shouldn't take too long. I'm not trying to stay on for another hour or two. Just like a little bit. Suck it. I should probably get the happy cast. I might lower this. Yeah. I might lower this. At least 2. Like that. Do I have any pillar? Let's see. That's why I brought the stone cutter. I think you can only get pillar through stone cutter. How much am I gonna need before I make a bunch? Three. 4 stacks. 3.5 stacks. Okay. 1 more. Walk. I'm gonna need stairs as well. I wonder. I'm gonna check the barn real quick. We might have some. Might have some stairs. I don't want to craft any if we have some in the quartz box. It's a few. Yeah. Okay. We'll just have to craft some. I don't think there's some up here. Let's check. No. Oh, here's some. Need a chisel too. Okay. I just wanted to check. I didn't want to craft a bunch if we already had some. Smooth. Smooth. We don't have a lot of smooth here. Wait, how do I make smooth? Do I have to... Oh, I'm just bugging. Yeah, wait, how do you... Bro, how... Oh, you probably have to put it in the furnace, huh? Hold on. Yep. How many do I need? Oh, only 2 stacks. Okay, wait. This shouldn't take too long. We've never had smooth quartz on the server. I wish I could reset this and just put in. Put in a bunch of quartz. Okay. We'll build the base for now, and then we'll come back because we should be close enough where that's still running. So I don't think that necessarily all the base will be showing. Yeah, look, like some of it's hidden. Oh, but we need smooth stairs too. This is where I'm gonna need the happy gas because it's gonna be kind of a pain. All right, let's get the happy gas. Still unsure of how to connect Colosseum with the Acropolis. Guess I'll build this retaining wall. That'll sort of make things more clear, maybe. This is gonna look sick, though. This thing slows buns. What do you mean? What do you mean I placed that wrong? I think this almost might be easier. Just trying to think this through. Good, like dirt or something here. Give me. Man, I'm struggling. What was I doing? Doing this. Let's put it down. There we go. And then I think it goes chiseled. go sleep. Do the next pillar. Smooth quartz stairs. I need that. I don't know why it gives me that yellow. Shouldn't be yellow. Let's go find the other pillar. Gonna have to get rid of this tree. I'll fix that later. I know there's something wrong there. Here. And then it goes block of quartz, chiseled. And I think I did another block of quartz here. And then another block of quartz. And then another. We'll use something else there. Let's go do the third pillar. What? Did I do the math wrong? I thought I had enough. There we go. It's just short. Then I need block, chiseled, block. I need to go get bookshelves. Chatter says, April, nice bill. And then another chat that says, but wait, 2 is nighttime, people will make dooms going. I don't know if that's a bad translation or what. Kind of got a bot name. Got an American name. Makes 0 sense. I just like instantly banned them. Get that shit out of here. I'm not gonna be dealing with that. See how much we got. Dude, it's got to be just out of range then. It's not going. Shoot. Should be enough to make a few more steps. All right, let's do the bookshelves. Oh, I don't know why I brought the... Here's what we'll do. Yo, wait, what? Accidentally broke that, my bad. It's gonna be red because it's not supposed to go there, but it's also a block that doesn't show, so I don't really care. I also placed these wrong, too. Here we go. Ah, almost. Ah, placed that one wrong too. Placed this one wrong as well. I don't think I need any, actually I do. I'm gonna need more steps. Let's go bring it up to here. And I might actually do happy gas for this part. There we go. I swear if it's... Ah, it's smooth. Okay. I think I did... I'm out. I'm probably gonna need more smooth. Be smooth. Be quartz stairs. I also forgot I kind of made it ruined, so we will have to get... There we go. I'm out of smooth stairs already, bro? That's crazy. It's okay. We'll come back to it. Got plenty of quartz stairs. Did I place this one wrong? I don't know why it still gives me the yellow there. Doesn't make any sense. It's placed correctly. Okay. I think I've got all the materials for this unless it requires smooth. I'll have to go back to the smelter. Need more chiseled. See what else we can do. Oh, it's all smooth. I don't have enough. Get the rest of this place before we go sleep, and then I'll go check the smooth. And I can actually you can just show the whole model more smooth. Excuse me. Is that smooth? Is that why I can't place it? It's more smooth on top. Okay. Bummer. I don't really want to stay on to wait for the stuff to smelt. So we might dip. Here, I'll show the whole model here. Once I get rid of the obelisk, it'll look a little better. But it's the ruins of Castor and Pollux. I only got 11. Let's go place what we can. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna get off. But I'll get rid of this obelisk and then this will look a little more fresh. It's supposed to be sort of overgrown, like a ruin of the past. And then I'll build a base for it up here out of sandstone so it's not just sitting on the dirt in the stone. Let's see if I can pull up a picture. Show you what I'm looking at. This thing. Oh, there we go. This is what I'm building. But thank you so much everyone for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. And I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go make myself some food and just chill out for the rest of the day. We'll build the entrance to the Acropolis tomorrow. Probably do that in creative and then see what we can do in survival. I didn't really get a whole lot of sleep last night, so that's why I'm not really doing a whole lot. You know, little bits by bits, little bits at a time. We also got this done up here. Did a little more work on the Acropolis, made it a little more of a structure, got rid of some of the dirt, added more retaining wall, changed the stairs out to be a full set in front of the temple, which I kind of like. But hope you have a good rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. All right, boys. Peace out. Love you, bubs.